this fast, this forward, this much playmaking early on, it can go so one-sided, one direction. There's so much room to be more proactive, to be reactive, to find the counterplay and shift momentum or shift a gold lead very quickly, as opposed to just kind of choking someone out, like how Vici used to play.
God. We have 5 mid lane bans in this draft, by the way, and they take Nidalee. They have a plan. No, don't give Swift that pick again. With to run through the bans, Azir, Victor, Kassadin for IG, and Kalista, and then 2 more mid lane bans. Yasuo and Twisted Fate for Qiao Gu. And IG insta-lock their jungle pick.
Why are we not banning Nidalee? Okay, Swift must think that he has something. The Lee Sin didn't work out for him.
Well, there's Lulu and Braum, so strong picks already for Qiao Gu. I wonder if IG just take the Kog'Maw here, being like, you do not get all these picks.
I would definitely have to take the Kog'Maw here, since Lulu has already shown very early on into the draft phase. That said, TCT has shown support Lulu, so we can't just assume that it's going to go into the hands of Doinb, although he is a big Lulu player. Likewise, we've already seen a top Lulu come out of Acorn early on in the day.
Yeah, Lulu's been a very big pick in the LPL playoffs, and much like she was when she was very popular, very flexible, which is part of her charm, I guess, and part of the power you get when you draft Lulu into your team. So Qiao Gu starting things off well is Invictus Gaming, trying to find that magic formula here. I think they already know they have to pick this Kog'Maw.
Like you said, splitting up the Kog'Maw and the Lulu just can't give that much power over. And Kid, he's very comfortable on the Kog'Maw pick. It fits right into his MO, you know, the Trinity Force AD carries.
And there's Maokai again. There's Kog'Maw for Invictus Gaming. And it's kind of surprised to not see V want the Maokai, but he's not. Did have a good game. It was sort of the rest of the map that was having problems.
Well, I think you also need to prioritize Braum high in your draft phase, especially when you see a first pick Nidalee, just to try to deny at least some of that poke with his wall.
Yasuo being banned, though, means you can't have that option, which is also nice. But having the Braum certainly helps here, but not when Nidalee's really far ahead. It's the landing phase that's the problem, because, you know, group together as 5, absolutely, if you're pushing on a Nidalee, but not when your mid lane's getting killed at level 2, which is a bit of what happened in that last game.
V looking for round 2, possibly?
Maybe. He's probably okay. I think it's Doinb that really wants some revenge here, as we are going to save Rookie's pick as well. But Doinb's going to get the counter pick, you have to think, unless he wants to flex that Nautilus that they're currently hovering. And Swift is backing up a little.
Well, he's also got the Lulu still up there in the top lane. But V going back to his big comfort pick, looking for that Hecarim.
And there's Hecarim Rek'Sai for Qiao Gu. Good team fighting. Much more emphasis now on grouping as 5 and fighting then, rather than all that aggression.
I mean, that said, KaKAO did not like the Rek'Sai Nidalee matchup when he was on the Rek'Sai. See if maybe Swift finds more success on it, but did not go very well for the Rek'Sai.
Well, sort of what happens when Nidalee gets insanely far ahead. But again, Swift took Lee Sin. Aggression didn't work for him, so I like that he's bringing it back a bit. He knows that if he gives away Nidalee, he has to compensate somewhere. And if you can weather the storm and keep Nidalee behind, and especially keep up, which you can do somewhat on Rek'Sai, you can find yourself in a really good place. Because as long as QG sort of weather the aggression that IG brings at them, they have a great mid-game team, even without their AD carry currently being drafted.
No, I completely agree, and Rek'Sai obviously offers a bit more utility than Nidalee, and just, you know, being able to control and secure objectives with her Tremor Sense, but more importantly, the global range of her ultimate if she sets up her tunnel system correctly, and controlling, you know, split push pressure and objectives.
Yeah, Rek'Sai for me is much more about controlling the enemy jungler rather than getting too aggressive, although Swift has shown that as well. As IG do complete their draft, Orianna and Alistar are their last 2, so a lot of combo potential. It's good team fight, and really just the Nidalee is the odd one out there for Invictus.
Yeah, it's the pseudo Lulu coming out of the Orianna, so again, you give a lot of protection to Kids Kog'Maw, and as well as really nice ball delivery systems for Rookie in both Zzitai's Maokai and Kitties Alistar.
And now QG have to line up their last pick here in the draft. They know that if they win this game, they'll mark their date with the finals with LGD. I don't think I ever want to play a Game 5 in a best of 5 once I've been up 2-0, especially against Invictus Gaming. So QG know they want to ice the series now, but they are going to regress back to something a bit more comfortable, something we saw a little bit more from the late LPL weeks. Lots more team fighting. They don't get Kog'Maw. They're not going to take Jinx, but it is effectively going to be Jugger Twitch. That is the last pick onto TNT.
Yeah, we've seen the rise of Twitch, and it makes sense. So the big thing about the LPL teams in particular, everyone knows this region for team fighting, but their terrain control and how they team fight around terrain is incredibly important. So I'm actually really curious that it took so long for Twitch to kind of rise back as hyper carries became more valuable, just because his rat-a-tat-tat is so devastating in a straight line in those tiny choke points.
Imp has been playing it recently to some success. I think has a win and a loss in playoffs on it, but it's even drawn a ban away from EDG in the series we saw earlier today. So certainly a champion that fulfills a lot of the same sort of roles that Kog'Maw does, especially when they have the Lulu Braum already built in.
Also another great mid-game power spike should he choose to itemize the Ghost Blade after the Blade of the Rune King.
Always a fun option here. We'll see how QG navigate the rest of this game, but let's go through our matchups now. We'll see lineup game at number 4. Zzitai on Maokai again taking it away from V, but this time he goes to the Hecarim.
And this is the biggest comfort pick for V right there. If he can't have the Maokai, go to the Hecarim. Nara's kind of third tier for him, so see if he can maybe have more of a team-based impact.
Speaking of, that's Swift's job here on Rek'Sai, but he has to control KaKAO and the Nidalee. He went off in game 3, and Nidalee's won every game so far. We'll see if they can break that curse here as Rookie. Can line up Control Mage versus Control Mage, Orianna versus Lulu.
The interesting thing about this, though, is that neither of the mid laners are sitting on their assassins, so I feel like this is, again, a 1v1 KaKAO versus Swift.
Swift certainly got the better end on Nidalee, but the role has been swapped, so we'll see what happens as bottom lane flies by. Kog'Maw versus Twitch and Alistar versus Braum. So pretty similar lanes there as well. Long range scaling carries and a big tanky initiators for supports.
But again, doesn't really matter what's happening in the bot lane. We're going to see them for 15 minutes. These games, this series has all been about the jungle control, in particular that Nidalee pick. See if KaKAO can get it rolling again.
We'll have to see here, but it's been tricky to say the least here up against Swift, but we'll see if Nidalee can do it one more time. Can IG force game 5? We're going to find out now. And Qiao Gu move out for one more time under the rift. They probably say they have to play this game, but they're going to go down for another sneaky invade.
I feel like I've seen this before, and I feel like IG have too as they ward that brush.
Yep, kid immediately knows what's going on. They did get first blood last game.
They're still hiding in Fog of War by sticking close to that wall, but they need to now, diagonal go down to the corner of this.
Oh, TNT is going to sneak in with the ambush. They'll see Kitties first. He gets tagged. They've actually got the inside track now, but they'll turn it in onto Kid.
Force the flash out of Kitties. This will mean that Kid and Kitty will probably go back to being very passive, very defensive, holding the wave in front of their tower, letting themselves be pushed in. Good
ward there. Swift not quite able to unburrow in time. QG will get down their vision and leave.
While all of that was happening, we saw 5 members of Qiao Gu on the bottom side. IG did step forward and counter ward Swift's red buff, so they will be able to spot out which side of the jungle he starts.
KaKAO going to start on the Wolves by the looks of things. We'll put down some traps here to prepare that camp.
This is pretty common of Nidalee's these days, you know, taking the trap and trapping up their entire jungle, taking the camps very quickly, getting their, I almost think of it like a parkour flow.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. As you do see, Twitch actually in the mid lane is TCT. Is he going for the super cheese?
He's been spotted out by a ward, so Ricky knows he's there.
TNT. He was also there in the mid lane. He took ambush level 1. So he was thinking about it, but it seems like they've been spotted. TNT instead will go to his 1v1 matchup. And they are going to swap things up. Twitch, that's one of his definite weaknesses. He does suffer in any sort of regular lane matchup.
Yeah, and of course, Rookie suspected that, you know, spotting out Braum on the ward, even though he didn't see Twitch, taking the Q first as opposed to Orianna's E, so have a bit more range and safety that he could step back off the 3-player.
Could have been a worry if Braum got on top of him, but Rookie going to keep things safe, and now Doinb going to shove in the lane here. He has hit level 2. But it's a lot of wave clear here in this mid lane. Not nearly as explosive as the last one, you have to think.
But here we go. So with the immediate pressure and the threat of TCT and TNT on the mid lane, that means that Rookie has to sacrifice his initial lane control, which makes it much more dangerous for KaKAO to invade. Likewise, with the lane swap happening, which is what I've been calling for this entire series, is it hides your jungler. It forces more vertical jungling, which we did have a standard start. But again, it's just really dangerous for KaKAO to invade on top of Swift's Rek'Sai right now. So trying to slow down this Nidalee pick.
And the cool adaptation is exactly that. It was an Nidalee pick that sort of prompted you to say, hey, lane swap would be really nice in this situation. And Qiao Gu recognized that when they're the ones that don't have Nidalee.
So I love the adaptation from Qiao Gu. I think it's very smart. Likewise, you have 2 hyperscaling AD carries, so it's not like you're losing out on your mid-game power spike, which Twitch will get, but he'll be able to meet your late game anyway.
Having a tower dive here. I'm not sure where the wave in top lane is, but they're certainly on the right side for a 4-man, and Zzitai playing very safe under that tower, even though there's a sapling into the bush. Well, just to have a check.
A big thing is that the wave on the bottom from Kid and Kitties has been pushed in and denied. We do see a back coming out of Zzitai. So because he doesn't see V down there trying to pick up the wave, he assumes that there's going to be people crashing on top of him.
Good assumption there, as QG did get wards down in the area. They'll spot Zzitai moving, actually. He's now going to leave and go somewhere else other than top lane. Probably going to go jungle with KaKAO.
It looks like they may be planning for a swap back, trying to move Kog'Maw, perhaps? Although I think that they should just stick out with the dragon control.
Well, we'll see what they want to do here, but Zzitai certainly left the top lane for good, at least for now. KaKAO and Kitties are going to team up and take this Gromp away. Again, vertical jungling, we are in a lane swap situation, so have to expect that here. Zzitai is really coming in now. I guess he's just jungling.
But again, Nidalee not able to invade on the Rek'Sai, not able to challenge him, so we don't have the 1-for-1. Likewise, her jungle is still very quick, but the experience is being shared across multiple members, so we won't see a level 12 Nidalee to a level 8 Lee Sin.
Oh. That's certainly good news for Swift. He probably didn't enjoy that much last, as Doinb pushing in nicely here. Having the early control of the wave, sort of expected for the Lulu, but pretty easy for either side here again. Mostly farming with the mid laners back at the top side. Just getting that farm as IG in the lane swap do get themselves a nice bot side advantage. They'll get dragon #1.
And Qiao Gu entirely expected this. When you initiate the lane swap, the thing that you give up is your dragon control. So this is why Zzitai decided to pull off of the top side, offering his team a bit more safety when completing that objective.
Now TNT and TCT are going to push their way into this top lane. They're trying to get
They do have a good wave.
damage done here. Swift even on this side in case the Zzitai finds his way back in.
I think they're going to 4-man this tower and just try to push it down.
Yep. Kog'Maw is in the bottom lane, somewhat holding that wave there, so unlucky for them to take the tower immediately. And IG are trying to respond with 4 people as well, or at least 3. The tower, at this point, I have to think, is already dead.
This is a really good macro response from IG, though, to commit all of the resources to try to make it so Qiao can't trade any objective for this. And they're going to back off, so they're going to get the dragon for free.
Yep. Nice move there from IG. Understand what's going on. Respect QG's power in numbers and do move the appropriate amount of people up to deny that tower. And the goal is going to be even, but the dragon count is not here. So IG kind of playing that slow paced game that we expected in the lane swap, but getting the better end of it as far as early macro play goes.
Yeah. And that's great news for Invictus Gaming because, again, the Nidalee pick isn't going to be as influential in the early game inside the lane swap, but they managed to compensate for it by getting the early dragon and not have to trade top-tier tower.
As we look down now, trying to check in with some of the items. We've got Balmy Cinder there for Swift for a bit more farming. The Skirmisher Saber actually for KaKAO. So a change from the Trailblazer he had in the last game, but still going for that Runeglaive, has the amp tome. And other than that, that's pretty much the early itemization, lots of farming.
It's actually really curious that he's not going to prioritize Trailblazer when he's pretty much been forced back into farming with either Kitties or Zzitai.
Actually going to go for the dive now, teleport down onto V, but he's level 3. It will go in, and KaKAO's going to collect first blood as Doinb actually had the teleport in. The Swift's going to now come in, but Zzetai's going to join them. It's 1v3, make it 4v1 under this tower as Swift is trying to clear these minions out, but he's just going to get Doinb. He will flash out. Doinb's going to try and save him, but he doesn't have it as KaKAO's damage once again gets him a second kill.
That is classic V. I can't tell you how many Qiao Gu games I've seen where a lane swap is initiated and it looks like it's smooth sailing, and then V face checks into certain disaster. Again, good macro posturing, and more important here, so Invictus Gaming's bot lane has now just left, and what that does is it allows Zzitai to clean up the tower, so he gets all of the EXP and the bonus hold, versus splitting it between 3 people.
So he's going to lose his blue buff here as well. Not really his, but belongs to his team at least. As TNT at least going to get a trade here in the top lane. He'll get the tower down, but the gold lead's still going to be there for Invictus Gaming. They're up about 1,000 gold, if not a little more. And again, KaKAO's pressure's still there. Not as blatant as it was before, but V is having a real bad time. KaKAO, that's another spear. If he can get it, he might be able to get the kill. Will dodge it out, will Hecarim. But KaKAO, again, just has control of the jungle.
And after it's all said and done, as we close in towards this 9-minute, 10-minute mark, the big punishment for Qiao Gu is V. You know, not only feeding over the first blood, but half the CS that's Zzitai.
And that teleport for Doinb, which I only just noticed when he went in.
His teleport?
Not even being enough to save V.
Think of how much time he spent dead last game. I'd take teleport too.
Very different matchup, but I guess so. You see the early items. Chalice, it seems, for both of the mid laners. It's going to be their choice, but the replay done for KaKAO, and Kid's getting good farm actually. Has his Sheen up and those phage parts. With the build water done for TNT, but the blade a little while off now. IG again, just really strong early game, and this time it's in the lane swap that Qiao Gu initiated.
Yeah. And again, Invictus Gaming just really smart on their macro rotation. It's not something they're necessarily known for, but doing a good job keeping even with Qiao Gu and trying to make the most of it despite the fact that Nidalee couldn't get the snowball she wanted. Still 2 kills up though.
Yeah, and QT are trying to dive again. And already 3 members of IG are here. In fact, Rookie's just off to the side as well. No breaks at all here for QG, who must have thought a game ago here in this series that everything was looking oh so easy.
Suddenly it just got a lot harder.
It got really hard. IG, it's so weird to see this happen again for IG, and it's great. Don't get me wrong. I think the fact that this team is such a clutch team that is at least looking at 2 reverse sweeps.
It also speaks to, again, the style of Invictus Gaming, the chameleon of the LPL. Maybe it just takes them that long in a series to feel someone out, because they tried a lot of different variations before we finally got to this formula, and now that they've identified it, continuing to abuse it. You know, okay, Nidalee, first pick blue side Nidalee, get the snowball going.
That's a really good point. IG are the one team that will take your strategy and beat you with it. And they did it quite literally here with the Nidalee. As Swift is going to meet Kitties and Kid, but he has to protect V. He's level 5. This Hecarim is unbelievably far behind. Doesn't have an escape summoner, don't forget. Without his ulti, he cannot get away.
Yeah, having that Ignite versus the Smite. And they initiated the lane swap and didn't put Smite on Hecarim. Really have to kind of wonder about that one.
I think so too. You can see how far behind he is as well. Zzitai is 40 CS up to V's 17. And now Rookie's even getting aggressive onto Doinb. I'm somewhat surprised he didn't Shockwave, but he knows he's not going to kill.
And again, Rookie's starting to turn that on. Being aggressive, pushing forward, creating space. They're much stronger on the top side of the map, just because they have more numbers.
Oh yeah, they're certainly getting stronger with levels. Doinb going to try and stay for some more CS, but we'll start to push things in. Make it tricky for QG to do anything other than farm. And we saw last game when this happened, IG were more than happy to apply pressure slowly and just build up a lead. And already they're up almost 3,000 gold.
Remember, every single game in the series so far has been ended pre-30 minutes. We're now close to that halfway mark, but this is when things tend to start to explode.
QG are just trying to fight IG off of their stuff right now. The Dragon being back available. KaKAO goes in to check it, but isn't going to start it. Doesn't have enough vision or friends to do that safely. As Rek'Sai does pop her ultimate, Swift going to go back towards the bottom lane.
Knowing that he has to get some sort of control onto this Dragon Pit, play to the bottom side of the map.
And look, the farm difference this time is nowhere near what it was before. So if we look at the jungle matchup as being the big important one, and it has been in this series.
Did slow it down.
Absolutely. Things are a lot better now for QG, but Rookie's going to move over. Here comes the Dragon.
Exactly. They slowed down the jungle matchup, but they sacrificed their top lane matchup.
Zzitai loves it. You can see even Maokai into Hecarim.
Level 8 to
beating
6.
him up. Yeah, 2-level disadvantages. Rough stuff here for V.
You can't approach this Dragon. Qiao Gu has to give this up.
Well, V's not coming, that's for sure.
But that's the big thing. If Zzitai and V both commit on that, Zzitai is such a bigger factor right now than this poor little Hecarim.
We talked about Zzitai wanting to win the lane. A little bit unconventional, but he's managed to get 30 CS up also. As V is still trying to play catch up, but his tower's starting to get low. The pressure's mounting across the map here for IG. And QG are going to look at this game if they lose and wonder how did this all go so wrong. Because it's another Nidalee game, but it's nothing close to the last 3 that we've seen.
The 2 massive problems are A, B didn't take Smite and they initiated the lane swap. If you know you're going to lane swap, put the Smite on the Hecarim so you can assist in your jungle power and you don't have to sacrifice so much CS. And then immediately following that, he face-checked into the first blood, walked into an area of the map that Qiao Gu frankly didn't have vision or didn't have control over. So it's been 2 kind of big back-to-back mistakes, but IG just macro movement perfectly. Got the initial first dragon and didn't sacrifice the top-tier tower. Yeah,
certainly capitalized well. And the gold lead might look a little innocent right now at 2,000 gold, but IG are not far off from breaking down 2 towers, going up about 2k more gold, and continuing to strong arm their way towards game number 5. That's the thing that IG are playing for here, is that shot in the finals. UG went up 2-0, but IG looking to bring it all the way back once more. But they do need this game if they're going to get there.
If they get another reverse sweep, I'm just going to change their identity. Who are Invictus Gaming? They're the reverse sweep team.
Well, again, you have to make this game
They're
at
like
least.
The ditto of the LPL. You don't quite know what shape you're going to get.
So it transforms and you're automatically dead. KaKAO going to lead himself onto the Gromp. Kidding Kitties. This, for me, has been the biggest change. All this pressure around the other parts of the map unlocks the usually passive bottom lane to just safely get farm and apply pressure.
And Kidding Kitties, this has been, not even with the addition of KaKAO and Rookie, but this has been their identity on Invictus Gaming since the very beginning. Since Zzitai was a mid laner. They just sit back, do their own thing, and Invictus comes down at 15 minutes and picks them up from daycare.
And look, the daycare pickup might be on the way here. His kid does have his Trinity Force completed. Dragon not up quite yet, so no big objective to force a fight around, but we've seen QG in their first 2 games do a good job moving the Nidalee around and moving their dual lane towards them as well. So there's the option there also for IG, who are just comfortable, honestly, by the looks of things. QG, despite the small lead, still looks like they're playing catch-up.
Yeah, and IG, they do also have a really nice balance of power spikes across the composition. You know, they have the late game threat on the Kog'Maw. You have the early game power from the Nidalee. Orianna is really going to start peeking around mid-game. A fantastic late game champion on top of that with a lot of the utility that she brings. So IG are totally fine sitting back to Qiao Gu and farming and waiting for these this 5th dragon win condition.
That's what Qiao Gu won as well. We'll have to see how it develops between dragon spawns especially. Very slow game.
Need to really buy time for V. That it's 51 CS to 87.
And the right to score done for Maokai. IG, if they want to really put the pressure on, they've got the tools to do so now. Going to clear out the wards tonight. Any entry of vision into their side of the map. Swift again, just sort of playing back, but on the side he hates playing on, his own half.
We do have the initial power spike coming out of Qiao Gu. The Blade of the Rune King is finally complete. Likewise, picking up 2 long swords to look towards that Ghost Blade. So, see if TNT possibly looks for some sort of assassination potential. Typically, when Twitch has the Bork, it opens up a lot of danger zones on the map because it can just ambush behind you and delete you.
Oh, Twitch is going to move. Kid's sort of, again, holding the lane here. Kid and Kitties more than happy to keep the farm going. Level 10, actually, for the Kog'Maw. Nice bit of extra experience being given over by Kitty, so I like that he's been leaving Kid to his own devices, because Kog'Maw does like the levels as well. Twitch going to go back, probably Brutalizer maybe done, never mind. He's going to come back into the lane, but QD have just been stopped by IG. Like, we're waiting between dragons here, and IG just hold the lead here. They have no problems at all.
And unfortunately, you look across the itemization, again, pointing out V versus Zzitai, the fact that the Righteous Glory is complete. This next dragon spawning in 2 minutes, there's no tools to fight.
Oh, now TNT going to go all in. Swift's down here as well. The teleport's also in. It's Doinb that pops out first, but Kitty's going to get himself knocked up. The ulti's absorbing a lot of damage, and there's the ult out from Braum as well. KaKAO will get tagged. Kitty's there as well, as TNT is going to get the first kill, but Rookie, huge 3-man shockwave, is going to wipe the floor with them as they turn it right around, jump onto TNT. He will be killed number 4 as Kid is unleashing with his W. And Rookie once again makes the huge play.
So what I was literally just saying is that Qiao Gu cannot fight. They're too weak. They don't have the resistances. They don't have the flanking potential. If Zzitai and V show up to a fight, the Righteous Glory versus the boots on Hecarim is already a massive disparity before you include everything else. Look at this team fight. So it's Doinb that shows first, and it looks, you know, a little bit decent for Qiao Gu as they get all of the resources on the single side, but they're not able to put out enough damage. Here comes Rookie. Look at that shockwave.
And now they're going again. No, too late. No time as the tower does go down. They get the kill, actually, as Swift will take out KaKAO, trying to get a trade. He will get the first one onto Braum, and the passive is going to wear off. Swift is trying to chase him, but KaKAO is going to leap away as far as he can. Rookie is so close to saving him. There's the shield, there's the speed up, pops the heal as well, and pounces off to safety.
Did he just assassinate? No, he only assassinated one person.
TTT.
Okay.
He took the tower, he killed the support, and he somehow got away.
I thought he killed 2 people. He traded 1 for 1 and hopped away to safety.
Oh, that's right. Kid died. Sorry, Kid.
Yeah.
Well, still get the trade. Not bad. In a day's work here for Invictus Gaming is TNT. Trying to put the pressure on a little bit more. Rookie going to face check the Twitch. TNT is unleashing, but the shockwave's there as well. And actually moves him far enough away to stop the damage.
It is a bit comforting for Qiao Gu that they still have a damage threat and the assassination threat from TNT, forcing Rookie to use the shockwave defensively.
Yeah. Keep applying pressure, never mind. TNT in trouble. Ulti out from Doinb's good, but it's not quite enough by the looks of things to tie. He'll get kill number 1. KaKAO's going to chase down for another. And Swift, he's gotten tagged. Doinb is absolutely dead as KaKAO pounces on his face. And Swift is going to tunnel out to safety, but IG starting to get that advantage to work, and they're so far ahead.
They continue to consolidate their numbers into one central location. It's pulling into 4v4s, into 5v5s, and they're just not strong enough right now. Qiao Gu are normally so good at identifying when the perfect time is to fight, completely drop the ball. Is the pressure getting to them?
Maybe. I mean, we talked about QG in best of 5s. Don't have the best experience as far as like numbers go, and don't have the best experience as far as their time in best of 5s has gone. It has not been pretty for them, and it's been the opposite for Invictus Gaming, who honestly 5 minutes ago were 2,000 to 3,000 gold ahead, have ballooned that advantage to about 9K.
IG look so comfortable, so coordinated right now. This is where they live, in the reverse sweep.
Reverse sweep city. Populated by IG right now.
Populated by KaKAO.
Yeah, that's true. KaKAO and Rookie, they are the defining factors.
Zzitai, Kid, and Kitties are just visiting.
On vacation. Pretty good holiday here for IG. As V still behind. We'll see if QG can catch up, but let's look at IG. Rabbit on Death Cap done for Rookie. Blade of the Ruin King halfway done for Kid. KaKAO is destroying the junglers. Doinb sees the dragon going down and instantly leaves the area.
It's like, there's no way. I'm not going over there.
He didn't have flash. He does have his ulti, but probably not enough to live through the 4-stack Rod of Ages.
That was super cute. Him just going back and forth.
He knows. He knows he can't live. QG just have to buy as much time as they can. And IG, oh my god. Rookie gets a kill in the top lane. Did use his ultimate. V could ulti out in time. And they're going to take this tower and keep that gold lead up. In fact, they'll kick themselves up to 10,000 gold ahead at 20 minutes and 45 seconds.
The fact that IG are so far ahead that they're able to split up their resources. KaKAO is taking the jungle on the bottom side. Rookie is murdering ponies on the top side.
And V's having a real bad time this game. That lane swap.
And meanwhile, on red buff,
Kitties. He's hanging out. Getting some vision down. TNT trying to get that Ghost Blade online, but everyone's just in a bad way here.
That was rude.
QG, yeah, that was rude. It's a good way to sum up this series, honestly. Nidalee has just been rude this game, and she's on track to win every single game in this best of 5.
Again, it just speaks about where these different LPL teams are weighted. Between Deft and Imp, it's weighted in the Kog'Maw. Between Swift and KaKAO, it's weighted in the Nidalee jungle.
Apparently. Not something we might have expected coming into today's best of 5. It's almost like KaKAO saw Swift play it for 2 games and then remembered he could also play it. KaKAO is the other very good jungle Nidalee apart from Spirit in the LPL. It's Spirit, KaKAO, and Swift. Those are the 3 great Nids. Somehow KaKAO forgot this for 2 games.
No, I completely agree. I feel like it's anything you can do, I can do better, is what Swift and KaKAO have just been throwing back and forth.
Well, right now it's KaKAO that's looking good in the last 2 games, but QG, if they can find a way to navigate this game, which is real tricky.
Where is the Qiao Gu from game 1 and 2?
Oh, losing, well, sorry. They're absent a Nidalee by the looks of things. But it's a weird, like, QG have options in other roles, we talked about it, but they haven't shown them yet. In this particular game, it has been all Swift or nothing here for QG.
You have to feel that maybe they're a little bit scared. Doinb, looked towards the LeBlanc, so we're like, okay, it's Doinb's time to step up. He can play Assassins. LeBlanc is a comfort pick for him. and he just got smashed. 0-5 in lane. Rookie just gave it to him.
Got Rookie. Rookie's looking good. 2-0-5, having again another great stretch of games here.
This time around, V picks up his Hecarim, kind of the big comfort pick for him. And in the lane swap, you know, it looks so good to hide Rek'Sai to allow and slow down KaKAO, but they sacrifice V.
And now KaKAO is just still blisteringly far ahead. It just doesn't stop here for IG. This game does not look like it's slowing down. We've had 3 30-minute games. We're looking to line up number 4 here as IG at least want to close things down.
Getting their siege on, Kog'Maw.
Face tanking turret hits.
He's got a shield.
Certainly does.
He's also got his W, so he's just waiting for Orianna's E cooldown and his W cooldown.
Clear this wave out, go at it again. Find someone, gets jumped on, Kid flashes out, Rookie. The next target here is Kitties, tying them up.
Oh.
Huge 3-man shockwave after the pole from Kitties and QG. They're trying to fight their way back. Rookie's quite low, but they're still cutting enough. Swift will die. V's almost going to die here as well. He does get the kill, but they're diving onto Doinb. Now QG have already lost 4. Rookie is down, but Doinb is the only one left alive. He eats a spear, KaKAO flashes in, gets the kill, and QG get aced again.
Devastation, you just have to think, when is Qiao Gu going to surrender at this point? When are we going to game 5? We're now at a over 10k gold disadvantage. IG turning towards Baron, still have their Kog'Maw up and online. The Primal Surge, the Blade of the Rune King, the Shred is going to be disgusting.
This is looking like game 1 all over again, except this time it's IG. They're going to find themselves after this Baron with about 15,000 gold worth of advantage. It is so hard for QG to win this game. It's not impossible, but it is very difficult. And IG are probably not going to let it last too much longer.
Stalling a bit on the Baron, waiting for Rookie to spawn so they can get the Baron buff on their Orianna. So see how they consolidate this resource. I feel like it's been a single Baron game every single time.
I mean, they've been 30-minute games, so I certainly hope so.
It's the first Baron and then just breaks the game.
Well, see if IG can continue the trend and push to game 5, or if QG will at least find some time to defend and bring this game a little later. Not looking good, but not out of it yet here in QG. Devastating to lose 2 games like this.
This is happening again.
I can't believe this is happening
again.
Well, hasn't happened just yet. IG need this game and then the next one, but they have to think right now. They are so obscenely far ahead.
A perfect team fight needs to happen. They need to get either a massive pick or Rookie just needs to whiff the shockwave.
Doesn't do that too often, does Rookie?
Well, anytime you're counting on your enemy to make a mistake for you to win the game, that's bad news bears.
Certainly. We'll see if QG at least go for one last team fight. They did it in the last game.
Yep.
Can certainly respect that, but TNT this time doesn't even have the items he had on Kog'Maw in the last game here. He's just got the Ghost Blade. He's found absolutely 0 ambushes.
But you still have a lot of assassination potential with the Ghost Blade. He does not have his flash, so that's a little bit scary. We saw him apply a lot of pressure to Rookie early on. Don't know if he's still going to have that same type of kill pressure now that Rookie has the all the items. Yeah, all the items imaginable.
Almost 3, working on a casual Ludens as his third, as Zzitai happily pushing the Baron up creeps into the bottom side inhibitor turret. V is in the top lane, and he doesn't have his teleport. So I've also seen this from IG. Guess just wants a bit of extra gobble. Now recall, but it might be too late. Base is broken in the middle. And IG going to push down this inhib.
Applying 2 different pressure points. They're now going to swing into that bottom side where Zzitai has the wave waiting for them.
Here's something I prepared earlier. It's a turret. KaKAO's going to throw out poke. Rookie's going to threaten with the ball. Slowly but surely, probably not that slowly. IG going to take another turret. QG, I don't know if they want to make one last stand, because at this point, they're just letting IG run them over.
Well, IG from here, are they going to continue to push into the base? They're going to reset for top lane. They still have 2 towers to go through in the top side, as well as the 4th dragon.
Picking onto that dragon, I think Baron buff might be wearing off, which could be part of the reason to back away here. IG going to take the easy objective, move themselves up into the top lane. And again, QG, 2 lanes of super creeps to defend. Dragon 5 on the way if they manage to hold that off somehow. And just a gold lead that is starting to get a little bit ridiculous.
Reset the map, have the Dragon 5 win condition. I'm actually not too surprised that I decided to back out, play it safe again. It's the last chance they need to guarantee into the game 5. We're still in game 4, so no reason to throw at the finish line.
Nope, they had the momentum game already in game 3. Let's consolidate this one. Draw it out. Honestly, mentally, it's not the worst idea to make QG play a little longer. Because they know they want to try and play this game out and win. That's probably why we haven't seen the surrender. But again, it's so difficult. Not impossible, just very improbable. As Doinb eats a combo and about 30% of his health bar.
I've seen Qiao Gu fight from 10k gold differences. I don't know if they can survive this, though.
Well, it's getting close to 20. It's about 15, 16 right now. Going up as they take the last few towers. IG are going to bury QG in this gold disadvantage, it looks like. And I don't know if they can even defend this tower. TCT is going to get himself chunked out, and IG going to move in for the kill.
That said, Qiao Gu having higher seed means that Game 5 will be played with them on the blue side. They have an incredible win rate on blue side.
It's funny, actually, both teams have won on the red side now. IG are going to win on blue, of course, in this game, but had to break serve to even get to this spot. So side choice not mattering as much in these best of fives, but hard for any statistics to matter when IG just want to reverse sweep everyone in the playoffs. Well,
the big thing, though, is that Nidalee was used as the priority pick for blue side this time around.
Yep.
Either ban, or I would assume that Qiao Gu will again prioritize this champion for first rotation.
I wonder if IG will ban it. QG, by the way, they're starting to roll over. They just can't fight at all here. They've lost almost all the towers. They're going to go in for one last effort, but Swift is already dead. V's going to die shortly after. TNT's trying to kite around. He will flash out from the pulverize, but he's gotten exhausted. He actually gets the kill onto Nidalee, but it's not quite enough. The Shockwave going to pull in Doinb for the final kill. Rookie will take it out. The ace will be completed, and QG will have to play game number 5.
More importantly, IG again on track for the reverse sweep. We saw it in KT Arrows versus Blue. We saw it in Vici versus IG, and we're now possibly looking at it of IG versus Qiao Gu.
Rookie cracks another big smile. IG looking happy. They know it's happening again. Look at him laugh. He knows. And Doinb does not look happy about the prospect. Invictus Gaming, can they really do 2 different reverse sweeps
we talked
to
about
get
this
to the final?
At the very beginning, IG, they are so clutch. Not just the KT Arrows, but IG as an organization, long-standing legacy. Zzitai, Kid, and Kitties. They have so much experience doing this.
Swift, a little lost there after that loss, but he's going to have to shake things off and prepare, because his team only has 1 game left to play. A best of 1, effectively, for the last spot in the finals up against LGD. But Zzitai's looking happy. QG not so much, but they'll collect themselves, they'll move them, they'll breathe out, and IG, see if they can do it again. I can't believe we're actually in reverse sweep city for one more series.
I'm ready to